Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm your digital host, Tatyana White, and welcome back to another episode of the 48 Recap, the one stop shop to catch up on some of the top news stories of the week, including details on a Lawrence County house fire that killed a family of 5. An Athens teen is facing terrorism and attempted murder charges. A new post office could be moving to Owens Crossroads. Mars Hill Bible football became champions for a second year in a row, weekend events, and much more. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend so far. I hope you all enjoyed the Thanksgiving and the Black Friday sales and everything that happened, and Cyber Monday and Cyber Week, and getting those gifts and everything for the holiday season. I know I did. I probably spent way too much money. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed those sales and all those deals and are getting everything you need. And it's definitely getting so cold, and I've been bundled up and finally just recovering even from getting a cold because all the temperature changes and stuff are happening. So I hope you all are taking your vitamins and all the good things that you need and are staying warm. And so let's get into this weekend's recap. So one of our top news stories of the week was just truly a tragedy. It was out of Lawrence County where a house fire claimed the lives of a family of 5, and so that also included 3 young children that were claimed in that fire. And we found out about the fire at around 9 in the morning on Friday, and we sent our WAFF reporters out there, and they were on the scene. They were first on the scene, and we learned that a home was completely engulfed in flames, and emergency services had went out to put out that fire at around 5:25 that morning, and the fire kept reigniting throughout the day. And so officials said the home is a total loss, and everyone is just truly devastated by the loss of the Hill family. Scott Norwood, who is the Lawrence County coroner and Cortland fire chief, he told us that 5 people are dead, and again, that includes those 3 children. And the family members told us that those 5 victims were Chris, Lisa, Chris Jr., Ashanti, and Tay Hill, and those children range in age from 5 to 9 years old. And emergency officials told us that they're mourning with the family and that this is just truly a devastating loss.
They're a precious family. I've prayed over them and I've cried with them, and it's just horrific. It's horrific.
The extreme tragedy, and you can't find any words for that. It's probably the worst thing probably in the last 10 years we've seen.
And this loss, like, it hits close to home for the Lawrence County schools as well. And so Superintendent John Brett Smith told us that those 3 children who died in the fire all went to East Lawrence Elementary. And he says this is something they will truly never get over. Superintendent Smith said in his decades of being in education, he's never seen something this tragic. And he says this will rock their community for a long, long time. And we talked to 3 family members who said these kids were their younger cousins and that they're devastated and they're still in utter disbelief. And Smith also told us that that they're in their prayers, and the prayers are going out to the family, and that they will also have grief counselors available at every school in the area for as long as the students or the staff need them.
This is one of those things that you just don't get over. It is one of those things that you learn to cope with. Tragedies do happen, but I've never seen anything of quite this magnitude. But once again, when tragedy strikes, we come together for the betterment of our communities and our kids.
The family members are heartbroken, but they tell us they're doing the best they can to stay strong and stick together, something that Superintendent Smith says the county is determined to do. And 48's Nick Ballinger also covered more on the fire last night.
Shock and sadness in the Hillsborough community. Early Friday morning, a family of 5 killed when their home near Baker Bottom Road caught fire, leaving no survivors. Family and friends identified them as Chris Hill and Lisa Smith, along with their 3 children, Chris Jr., Ashanti, and Shantae Hill.
I'm just surprised ain't nobody really make it out. That's the crazy part.
Hill's nephew, Travaze Nettle, says he left work as soon as he heard the news.
It's really devastating on us right now. Just really impacting the family right now.
And more than Nettles is devastated.
When I was talking to people today, I was like, I just saw her yesterday. And I never would have expected that to happen this morning.
Sean Scott knew Lisa Smith for nearly 3 decades.
I met Lisa when I was 16. She was a few years younger.
He was her general manager at Jack's on Highway 20 in Decatur, where she worked for nearly 5 years.
She was a jokester. She liked to laugh. She liked to play tricks on people, joke around.
The rest of her co-workers also had stories to share.
She would have done anything for her kids. They were good people. They would do anything to help other people.
It's just tragic right now. We're just all trying to stick together and keep our heads up right now.
That's what Smith's former employer has spent the day doing, feeding the family and first responders, even as flames continued to burn into the night.
At Jack's, when you walk through the door, you become family.
That Jack's family plans to offer part of the Jack's Family Fund to cover funeral costs and anything else this grieving family may need.
Yes, and so the family members, again, they're heartbroken, but they're telling us that they're doing the best that they can to stay strong and stick together. And I see in the comments, I have a comment from Whitney Chadwick, who said this is her cousin's family, and my heart goes out to you guys, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And Norwood said that the cause of the fire is still under investigation, and this is just truly such a tragedy. It was very heavy covering this yesterday, especially so close to the holidays. And it's just so incredibly sad to go through just this unimaginable grief. And so my heart continues to just go out to the family and the victims that were lost in this fire. Another major story is out of Athens, where a teen is facing terrorism and attempted murder charges, and that teen was identified as Carson Butler. At the time the online threat was made, he was 17 and not a student at Athens City High School. Butler is charged with 1 count of terrorism, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, as he threatened everyone inside the school. And so WAFF, we obtained the indictment on Thursday, but the threat and arrest happened months ago, and parents and students, they had no idea that their lives were at risk until Thursday. It's not just students who were threatened, but also the faculty and police officers in the school were also listed as potential targets in the indictment. And so Athens City High School parents are concerned for their kids because they had no idea. The students didn't know. Nobody knew that there was a threat at all until recently when this indictment came up. And so the indictment, Carson Butler, he is accused of sharing this plan with 10 other individuals and groups, including a group that's called No Lives Matter. And so we spoke to a mom who wanted to remain anonymous due to the ongoing investigation, and she told us that even though the superintendent issued a statement, she still has a lot of unanswered questions.
You still really haven't put us at ease, because, like, to me, I'm on more alarm because you're saying that it was once again, a group of people. You have one person in custody. Where's the group of people? What are you guys doing to ensure that our kids are going to be safe for the remainder of this year?
We reached out to Athens City Schools, the district attorney, and Butler's attorney for more information or a comment on the investigation, but we haven't heard anything back yet. Butler is scheduled to be in front of a Limestone County judge on Wednesday next week. And a Lawrence County judge has ruled that the owner of the Inner Circle gun range cannot block a driveway that neighbors use. And so that driveway was blocked after a lawsuit from neighbors claimed that bullets from the range were hitting their homes. 48's Nick Ballinger shares more on this story from the Lawrence County Courthouse.
A Lawrence County judge has shot down the owner of a gun range who put a fence up blocking a portion of a shared driveway. It's just the latest shot in this war between neighbors. Just days after neighbors filed a lawsuit against the owner of the Inner Circle shooting range in Lawrence County, they found this, a roadblock on a shared driveway with neighbors.
It was dangerous. At night, you could not see these poles.
The fence was on the small portion of the road on the gun range property. The owner says it was meant for housing cattle to make money if his business were to shut down. And he says the neighbors could have easily gone around.
It's the first time my clients have heard about cattle. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I think you'd end up with a lot of cattle getting shot.
Constantine Post represents neighbors in a lawsuit against the range. He says they've been using that easement for 20 years.
Which, according to Alabama law, makes that something that can't be blocked by another landowner, even if it is their land.
and the judge agreed, ordering the range owner not to block the driveway. It's the newest piece in the lawsuit claiming bullets from the range have been hitting neighbors' homes. Listen to this video from a doorbell camera. The bullet whizzing by.
And ultimately, if this continues, someone will get shot, and they will either be grievously injured or they will die. And we can't wait till that happens. But every right comes with responsibility.
The owner, Zach Hill, told me in a statement, quote, "I wish them no harm. We want to be able to use our property safely, and we want them to be able to use their property. We want to get this right without causing any trouble." Hill says there's no way to prove that those bullets hitting the homes came from his range, and he says there's other people shooting in the area. Now, Post says he will be filing for a preliminary injunction to shut down the gun range while this lawsuit plays out. In Lawrence County, Nick Ballinger, 48 on your side.
And residents in Owens Crossroads could soon see a new post office come to the area. And so the current post office along Highway 431 has seen its fair share of issues over the years, and most notably how little space the facility has to sort the mail that's inside. And so the United States Postal Service says it will consider moving it into a new building within 3 miles of that current location. And one resident says it's long overdue.
Federal employees are sitting on the ground, taking up all the parking spaces. They don't have enough space to do their job or us to do ours by mailing packages. They're overcrowded. They don't have enough employees. They quit all the time.
So yeah, look out for those postcards in the mail if you are in the area, that they will be coming in the next few days. And so the Postal Service is looking for feedback and comments on the location from residents that are in that area. And a very sweet story out of Florence, where a real-life elf on the shelf is meddling with school and with students, and even parents are finding it very cool. But he's there for a very specific reason this holiday season. And so 48's Aria Pons explains how this one school is spreading Christmas cheer to raise attendance for the end of this year.
Gather around for a story you'll want to hear. Our Christmas tale starts with a drop in attendance this year. Well, that and an elf, but not the one that you might keep on a shelf. But not quite. Little JR, or more formally known as John Ray Russell, has been spending his mornings at Forest Hills in various places.
So obviously the beach umbrella this morning. Yesterday I was on one of our 5th grade modular buildings, greeting them as they came in. And then the first day I went up on our Jumbotron up front.
The idea first came from Forest Hills principal Lori Fowler. She says they notice attendance drops every year around Christmas, and after brainstorming, they landed on putting their very own assistant principal in this costume.
Just a fun way to incorporate Christmas spirit and get these students to school.
Their faces just light up. They're giddy, they're laughing, they're pointing. You know, and then on top of that, our teachers are as excited, our teachers and staff are as excited as the kids are.
Fun for all ages and already working. Just 3 days in, and both Fowler and Russell say they've seen an improvement in attendance. Another important message they want to share with the community is the impact of kindness.
Just something as little as Mr. Russell putting on an elf suit and standing still for 30 minutes each morning. That has spread joy among our school, our students, our staff, our parents, our community members. So I just encourage everyone to spread a little cheer this Christmas season.
Little JR wants the community to know he'll be here until the end of this year, and there's nowhere he can't hide. Aria Pons, 48 on your side.
How fun. I remember hiding like the smaller elf on the shelves for my younger sister when she was younger and everything, and so it's so fun and people get so creative with it, and so I just love seeing all the creative ways that Elf on the Shelf is, and that they created this for a school and the real life Elf on the Shelf. I think that's such a fun way, and I wish I would have had something like that when I was in elementary school. And just a lot of great things are coming out of Florence, because as well, Mars Hill Bible Football, they won the Class 3A state championship for a second year in a row. And so 48 Sports Director Carl Prather and reporter Kaylee Tinglestad were at that game, and they share more on this amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, it may be a little chilly out here, but we want to celebrate the lone state championship team here for our Super 7 championships. Alongside Kelly Tinglestad, I'm Carl Prather, Mars Hill Bible, back in Birmingham yet again for a chance to win a 3A title.
It's so exciting. We saw this team in week 0 at the beginning of the season, the dominance they had there, and then got to watch it all the way throughout the season and watch them finish in such a manner today in the state title game.
Indeed, KT, we take you to action from earlier today. Mars Hill up against Bayside Academy. First half belonged to the Panthers. A 4th down call in the first quarter would pay off. Trojans commit. Jackson Penn would power his way in for the first points of the game. Mars Hill up 7-0 after the PAT. More Mars Hill in the second quarter. Hudson Higgins around the far side into the end zone from 34 yards out, and the Panthers in control 14-0. Bayside would not go down without a fight. This TD pass in the third quarter, along with a 2-point conversion, would make this just a 3-point lead for the Panthers. But championship programs find a way. Jackson Penn again with a score in the fourth quarter and the backbreaker. A 89-yard run to the house for his 3rd score of the day. Penn would be named the MVP of the game after a 206-yard, 3-touchdown performance. Hudson Higgins would add 195 yards and 2 TDs. For those counting at home, that's 401 yards and 5 TDs from the backfield today. Back-to-back state champs. Mars Hill wins their 2nd straight title, 38-21. Big day for Mars Hill state champs yet again.
Yeah, for Hudson Higgins, great for him and his dad. They tied his brother for 2 state titles, so a little bit of competition in the family. And then for Jackson Penn, not playing in this game last year, and then being named the MVP with over 200 rushing yards. So what a day for both those boys.
It's really great because we did it last year, and every time in our house, we're just like, we got to go back, and we finally did it, so it was really great.
My wife, she probably gets tired of us. That's all we talk about football in the house. And then his older brother Peyton won 2 of them, so that's the only thing he had on Hudson, so we was trying to even that back out.
It's really a blessing that I came to Mars Hill, got to get coached by great Coach Higgins, just a brotherhood, It felt really good to be able to come out here and play, I missed last year, our goal was to get back here and get back dominant and get back on top, and that's what we did today.
From the Super 7 championships, for Kaylee Tinglestad, I'm Carl Prather. We send it back to you.
How awesome is that? And so congratulations to Mars Hill Bible football team on their win, and we wish them all the best going into their next season next year. And so coming up after the break, we'll take a look at how you can donate this holiday season to local teams. We'll also check out some great events happening in the Huntsville and surrounding areas this weekend. All that and more when we come back. Hello everyone and welcome back to the 48 recap. A foster care needs your help to put gifts under the tree this holiday season. TVL Teens is accepting donations for young men at Harris Home in Huntsville, and those donations are being accepted until December 12th. And so you can drop off your gifts at the station during our normal business hours, which is Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you can find a list of the desired gifts that these teens want on tvliving.com. And WAFF 48 is also partnering with North Alabama Walmart locations for our annual Can-a-thon. And so donations will be received by the food bank until December 12th. And so to see a list of all the food items, a list of participating Walmart stores in North Alabama, or to make a monetary donation, visit our website at WAFF.com. And there are also many fun events to go to this weekend, including one that's happening right now. The 2025 NEACA Christmas Show will feature more than 200 local makers, crafters, and artisans to fill your holiday shopping needs. And so there will be handcrafted items that were made by small businesses, and the craft show is free to attend at the BBC South Hall, and it's great for the whole family and to find that perfect holiday gift. And the craft show is going on today, and it will also be going on tomorrow as well. And if you would like to get into the holiday spirit even more, you can check out A Christmas Carol play happening at Fantasy Playhouse, and that's happening tonight, tomorrow, and also on the 11th through the 14th. So plenty of time to go see it if you want. It'll be going on throughout this weekend and throughout next week. You can also register for the HCFC Holiday 5K and 10K, and that run is on Sunday, so it's tomorrow at Wicks Family Field at 4 p.m. And it's the annual holiday run, and so anyone is welcome to come. It's a family event, so you can bring your kids, and you guys can do a little family 5K or 10K run out at Wicks Family Field. And also happening tomorrow is the Huntsville Havoc, and they're playing at the BBC Arena at 5 p.m. And the theme, it's so exciting. It's a Toy Story theme, and there will be some Toy Story jerseys as well. And those jerseys will be auctioned off. And when they're auctioned off, that will benefit the Huntsville Hospital PICU. And so I think that's so cool that they're doing this. I love that they have all these different themes, and I love Toy Story, and I know so many people love it. It's a classic, and so it's going to be so fun, so nostalgic. So definitely go out if you can, and those tickets are available at the BBC box office, Huntsville Havoc office, and online at Ticketmaster.com. And there are just so many holiday and just festive things that are going on. So go out, experience those things, enjoy yourself with your family and your friends. And at any time throughout the week, if you're looking for something fun to do, especially during the holiday time with your family or any good event to check out, you can always check Huntsville.org's event tab and WeAreHuntsville.com's event calendar to see more events that are happening in the Tennessee Valley. And that's all I have today for the 48 recap. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to tune into 48's Weather Extra segments. Our meteorologists go live every Monday through Friday and also Saturdays and Sundays in the morning and the afternoon. And so forecaster Jada Russell, she will be joining you all this afternoon for another edition of Weather Extra. And this is just another way to give you all extra insights on the latest weather forecast. So make sure to download our 48 apps and follow us on our Facebook and YouTube channel so you don't miss any updates on the news and the weather. And if you would like to stay connected with me throughout the week, please be sure to follow my Facebook page at Tatyana White, WAFF 48, and we can connect and we can talk, and so feel free to reach out at any time. Take care, everyone, and stay safe, and I hope you all have a very great rest of your weekend. Stay safe and stay bundled up in this cold weather, and I will see you all back here next Saturday. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend.